Hi, I'm Doug Thompson, founder of the Wellness Dentistry Network, and people ask me all the time, is the Wellness Dentistry Network website self-instructional? Well, we're trying to make it more and more self-intuitive all the time, but let me show you a couple things about the website to help you get around. So I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen on this video so that you can see my desktop, and what I'll do is I'll go to the Wellness Dentistry Network homepage, and you can get there by basically wellnessdentistrynetwork.com, and you'll have a member login, which we all have. And what we'll do is I'll use a demo login website just to show you around a little bit and hopefully acclimate you to how to move through the website so that it makes sense. When you log on, it's quite simple. You're going to see a dashboard, and the purpose behind this dashboard was to make the title somewhat intuitive so you could look in and see what's inside. Obviously, there's a welcome. There's a welcome message from me, and then there's some tips and hints in here on how to navigate the website. This is something that these videos, if there's anything in here, we want your team to watch it because it shows you how to navigate the website. But I'd like you to understand the intent of why this was built and how this was built. This website's a collection of resources for implementing wellness concepts in dental practice. That's really the idea. And the most robust piece of the website is the Office Forms Tools Library. This is where all the customized and personalized tools are stored and housed that have been personalized for you, that you can use for patient and team awareness and patient education and diagnostic tools and treatment tools and maintenance tools. And there's a system or an organized approach for each one of these teaching areas, and I'll go through that a little bit more once I move past this dashboard page. And then there's videos. These are simply videos that we relate to in each one of the other key areas. There's articles and books. The idea behind the articles and books section was to have the top 10 articles of each one of the areas that we teach to have available so that we could share, we could read, we could teach, we could help each other learn using these articles. Implementation audio files are basically audio files for documents that where we explain. It could be me or somebody else's voice explaining how to use a particular document in practice and why we made it and what we do with it. That's the idea. So if there's ever an audio file attached to a document, you want to listen to it, or a video, you want to watch it so that it gives you an idea how we designed it, and is it right for you, and are you going to put it into practice. There's PowerPoint presentations. In the PowerPoint presentation section, there's a couple looping PowerPoints, but more importantly, many of you have either taken a 2-day, a 4-day, or a multi-hour course about wellness dentistry, and if you haven't done that, PDFs of the presentations are in this section. I'll just show you real quickly what I mean. There's a couple looping PowerPoints that you can use in your waiting room, but if you click on this table of contents right here, the presentations that follow, this is an outline for all presentations. There's 10 actually in the library, and these presentations are broken down into presentation 1 through 10, and here's the covered topics. So you can help, you can find very quickly a PDF if you want to help train your team, or you want to look at something or reference something that you learned in the course. This is an easy way to find it. Backing out of this particular section, and always use the back arrow section. If you can see what I'm doing up on my screen, use the back arrow to back out so you don't close out of the website as you're trying to navigate around. In marketing your wellness practice, there's a whole series of things in here about marketing your wellness practice, and tools and tips and resources for where to get things like table displays, banners, different marketing concepts so that you can create a visual culture in your area. And that's really what we're trying to do, is we want to create visual aids that we set around in our practice to allow our patients to see what it is that we're about, and they'll learn that you do want to promote health beyond the teeth. That's really the idea. Frequently asked questions is simply an accordion type section where if you have a question of us, go to the frequently asked questions, click on the search tab, and put in a keyword, and chances are that question might have already been asked, and you can read what's been written about that question. The forum isn't actually so functional right now. What we're going to use the forum for in the future is really case presentations and to house cases that might be of interest. So check back and forth to the forum occasions to see if anything's been new or been added. We have a member directory, and then next to the member directory is another very special box called Partners in Health. And Partners in Health is really a listing of laboratories that we use, and then doctors that we can use for both telemedicine options and doctors that are listed by region. And these doctors all have a relationship with a current WDN member dentist or member professional, and they work with them. And these doctors are designed to be resources for you and your patients to use. So what you would do is simply click on their listing, and their listing would come up, and you view the file. And when you view that file, you'll see a detailed description. This one happens to be for Dr. Brewer. So you'll see a detailed description of the doctor, their contact information, how to get involved in their office, maybe a little bio, other things about that doctor. Why do I want this in the library? We want this in the library because many of our professionals are in Canada, overseas, in other parts of the world, and they can actually network with these physicians through telemedicine or through Skype, Zoom, GoToMeeting, different meeting avenues. That's the idea. And they, of course, do this for a fee. And then what's next to the Partners in Health boxes and medical professionals office forms tools library, we also want to develop tools for other allied health professionals so that they too can have their own library of materials to help them. So very briefly, I just want to enter the office forms tools library, and you'll see that it's broken down into 23 different modules. The first 8 modules are really very related to dentistry, and there are things that we should be thinking about or doing in our clinical dental practice. The clinical wellness exam section has information in there about how to complete a clinical wellness exam and the tools and forms necessary to support it, with some audio explanations of how to use those. I'm going to go into the gum disease module because all of the modules are designed to be set up in a similar way. There's a small black navigation box over on the left of each one of the document sections, and you'll see that the very beginning of it is a section number. Number 2 is gum disease, and that there's tools, tips, hints. Always take a look at what these pieces are first before you get into the meat of the library under that section, which is broken up into letters for patients or physicians. Basically, team and patient and team awareness tools is the B section. A C is diagnosis, the key pieces of the diagnosis we'd want to use there. And then treatment and maintenance aids as well. And these are forms, documents, graphic pictures, different things that we use to help guide the process of implementing a gum disease policy in our practice. And so this is really the idea. So it is meant to be a little bit self-instructional. For instance, if you click on section B, the patient and team awareness tools, it'll take you right to that spot. And if you want to teach your patients about the significance of bacteria and how bacteria live around the teeth, you click on a document, you get a description. Sometimes they're lengthy, sometimes they're quite short, but it's a description of the document, maybe how we use it. And then when you view the file, if you actually view the file, you'll see the file will pop up, and this file will be downloadable. It will be, you can email it. You can do multiple things with this file. And when you have a full subscription to the library, it will be branded or white labeled for you, and it will have your practice demographics across the bottom. This is the idea of how we use these pieces as teach pieces to help our patient understand that not only do bacteria, yeast, and viruses live around the teeth, but we can measure it, and we have a test. This is the idea, how we use these pieces. So explore the library. More importantly, get your team exploring the documents as part of the key pieces. If they're having trouble perio-charting, if they're having trouble identifying bleeding, if they don't know how to recommend caries treatment, go to the caries module and see what's under treatment. And this library is dynamic, and it's going to ever expand and build out and continue to get better and better as we grow and learn from each other. That's the idea. I want to mention one additional thing about some of these documents, and I'll basically just click on, I'll go into a treatment document, into the gum disease module, and into a treatment document. As I scroll down, the patient team awareness documents are now going by, the diagnostic documents are going by. And actually, I'll use something that's not white labeled or not branded for the practice. This is actually called the papilla bleeding index. When I click on the papilla bleeding index, you'll see it opens up. But now you'll see 2 documents. You'll see some other related docs or instructionals on how to use this document. And what this is simply an audio file. It's an audio file of me or somebody else explaining how do we use that document. It's really actually quite nice because there's quite a bit of teaching in the audios. And so it's important for your team to click on the document, see the document, but then hear and learn and understand how we use it in practice and how you might better use that document in practice as well. That's really the idea. And again, all of this is gone through in immense detail in our 4-day course and in some of our lengthy courses. But this document supports those concepts and ideas. And even if you've been to a short course, you can still get through the library, and you can, and if you're having trouble and your team's having trouble and you want some personalized support, we have options for that. We have small financial, for financial obligation, we have small packages that can help, we can put trainers and other people with your team to help cement concepts. If you get a new hygienist or you have staff changes, we're happy to help you train in that regard. So really, that's a kind of a crash course on how to use the library. The only way to use this library is to get in it, start clicking around, look at documents, and ask yourself a question. Could I see myself using this in practice, or maybe I won't? And the idea is you're not supposed to go to a course, or you're not supposed to go to or subscribe to the network and feel like you're going to be an expert tomorrow in all these areas. That's not the idea. The idea is the library is here for you when you need it, when you want to grow and become more efficient in a different section. It's quite simple. You click on the section, you start to learn about it, or reach out to us and we'll help you. So that's really the idea. And I want to thank you for your membership. I want to thank you for your interest in becoming part of the WDN. Every year we have a get-together, a rally of some sort, so that we can share experiences from other offices and how well people are doing. So it's designed to be attended by your whole team, and these things are typically going to be affordable, and they're going to be in a place that's easy to fly to. So hopefully we could have you there, and you could join well in excess of 100 offices now that are part of the network, and we hope it's only going to get better. So thank you so much.